slaughter plants increases. So now we've got a slaughter plant that recently opened in Ontario. We had one and then it closed, and this one opened in Saskatchewan, and there's one in Quebec. So it's become a big industry to slaughter horses.
Horses are not all protected or looked after when transported to slaughter sites.
They're bringing them into this country in what's called double-decker trucks. And horses, of course, are very tall, and the facilities of the trucks aren't tall enough, so they're driven from Texas up to Ontario. And the entire trip, the animal has to be leaned over because they can't stand tall in the vehicle. I mean, that's just a minimum. And the standard is that they should have tall enough facilities. But they're bringing them into the country, and they're allowing it. We're advocating an end to horse slaughter for meat in this country, for sure.
Another problem that many may be unaware of is the danger of fires and the lack of protection afforded to animals on factory farms against this possibility.
Yes, we just recently did a media release, our group and Animal Alliance of Canada, which is another Toronto-based organization, about barn fires, because there's been a terrifically bad record of numbers of animals being killed in these fires. Last year, more than 30,000 pigs were killed in Manitoba alone. And these are in these big intensive confinement operations where sows are kept in these crates, no bigger than this chair, basically, a little bit longer, a little bit so that the sow can stand, but you can't turn around in this small space. These fires break out, and the animals are trapped in these facilities, and they die from the fire and from the smoke. And it's not even a requirement, according to the federal fire standard for barns, that there be smoke alarms or water sprinklers. And we think it should be. So one of the tasks that is before us is to try to get changes to the fire standards for Canada for these big barns. And we put a media release out, and there was a lot of interest, particularly in some of the prairie provinces. Some of them say, well, we can't afford it, but we say you can't afford not to have these basic provisions for animals. And ironically, the people who fight these fires, some of whom are volunteer firefighters, are so distressed by having seen these fires where animals are dying. These thousands of animals at a time are dying in these horrific fires. They need grief counseling afterwards because they're so disturbed by the fire itself and the smells of the fire, of the animals burning, and the cries of the animals.
We salute the Canadian Coalition for Farm Animals for its effort to bring the suffering and severe mistreatment of our precious factory-farmed animal friends to the forefront of public awareness in Canada and promoting animal welfare. Our appreciation also goes to Stephanie Brown for taking time from her busy schedule to inform us about the Coalition's laudable work. Thank you for joining us today on Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants. Coming up next is enlightening entertainment after noteworthy news. May the animals on our planet be appreciated, protected, and recognized for their many contributions to our world.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/stop-animal-cruelty.